Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 14, and today we're returning with the final two games of the Premier League season as we take on Southampton and West Ham, both at the KCOM Stadium. Before we play those games, though, we can show you how Hull have been getting on off camera and how we survived once again in the Premier League. So, of course, in the last episode, you saw our 3-1 victory over Reading at Medeski Stadium and then our 2-0 defeat at home to Arsenal. I then played several games off camera, and we started with a goalless draw at home to Jose Mourinho's Manchester United before losing 1-0 away at Bournemouth. We then beat Watford 1-0 at Vicarage Road, though, and despite that being our final win so far of the season as things stand, after a 0-0 draw against Stoke and then a 2-0 defeat at home to Newcastle, after this game against the Magpies, we were officially secure in the Premier League for another season heading into season 3. So absolutely delighted about that. Mathematically could have secured it with a win after the game, but after Brighton lost in the next game, that officially did it for us. So yeah, we are safe in the Premier League, and I mean, I'm kind of wishing we weren't safe at that point because I feel like my players have gone on holiday, because after that Newcastle defeat, we then lost 3 on the bounce, 1-0 away at Leicester, 1-0 away at Chelsea, and then 3-1 away against Spurs. So no wins in 5, 1 win in our last 9, I think it's been. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 1 win in 9 and no wins in 5. We've struggled for form of late, and that's why, as things stand right now, we have slid down the table a little bit. We're no longer in 12th. We're down to 14th place, and with 2 games to go, we could finish as low as 16th place, which of course is where we ended up finishing. Oh no, we didn't. We finished in 17th place last year. I thought we finished 16th. We finished in 17th place last year, so at least we can't finish as low as last year, and at the very least, we'll finish in 16th place. Having said that, I'm still very pleased that for the majority of the season, we've kept our, well, for all the season, we've kept our heads out of the relegation zone, and it's been a strangely comfortable season for us. You know, when you take a look at our league positions this season, we got off to a good start. We stayed in mid-table for a while, then we had that long period where we stayed in 12th, and whilst we dropped a couple of places since then, we've never even been close to the relegation zone all season long, and that is unbelievable. I never would have thought this would happen, and so with 2 games today, we've got Southampton and West Ham both at home, and I'm hopeful we can relegate West Ham on the final day. That would be great, but really, I don't really care at all. We're safe, and that's all that matters to me. Also, just real briefly, before we move into the first game of today's episode, some of you guys might be wondering why I've not shown you our youth intake in the first 2 seasons with Hull City, because of course every single season in Football Manager you get a new batch of youth players into your academy. Well, the reason I'm not showing it is because all the youth players are absolutely terrible. Unlike with Swansea, where we did have a few decent youth players coming through, of course most notably Sam Redmond, with Hull there's no one really worth talking about, so I've not even bothered showing you. Daniel Nichols is supposedly going to be our best youth player from the first 2 seasons I've been here, and despite his very good haircut, which reminds me of Shumpert, it's not going to save him here at Hull. Let's just say that. The haircut is good, but it's not going to save him. The players we've got, simply put, aren't good enough for this whole team in the future. So because of that, I've not bothered showing it, and we're still yet to get a decent youth player from our youth intake in the first 2 seasons here at the KCOM Stadium. But anyway, going to move straight into the first game of today's episode then, and we are indeed going to take on Southampton. Once again, our position in the Premier League is secure moving into season 3, so not really too fussed what happens in the final 2 games, but I don't particularly want to go 7 games without a win to end the season, and to also have no wins in those 7 games as well. Did I just say the same thing twice? I think I might have done. That really does sum my channel up. But anyway, this is the team for the game. We're sticking with a 4-1-4-1. I have been contemplating going back to the 4-4-2 because this formation has not been working of late, but then I thought, sod that. So we'll stick with the 4-1-4-1, and we shall go with this lineup for the game. Raj is in goal. It's a back 4 of Timon, Carter Vickers, Maguire, and Fulquier. The midfield is Ndai, Mason, and Henriksen. On the wings, we have Delafeo on the left, Jordan Ibe on the right, and Borja Baston is our lone striker. On the bench, Ripley, Davies, Robertson, Adam, Dos Santos, Hernandez, and Seferovic. And let's just dive straight into the first game of today's episode. So Southampton first, and hopefully we will get at least 1 win in the 2 games today. It's not that big of a deal because we are safe, but I want at least 1 win to end the season. Come on, Hull. And also, getting to 40 points for the first time would be fantastic. Last season, of course, we had fewer points than we currently got at this stage all of last season. But to get to 40 points will be great, because we want to make progression year after year. In my Swansea save, we made progression year after year, apart from 1 year. So with Hull, I want to do the same sort of thing. Every single year, make steps forward, as opposed to going backwards or staying where we are. And this season definitely has been a step forward, no doubt about it. Still, first chance does come to Southampton, though, as Darmian crosses time and heads it clear. And Mason receives the ball and gives it to Ndiaye. Let's try and get ourselves forward here for an attack as Jordan Ibe gets on the ball and stretches his legs down the right-hand side. Ibe continues to run. Can he cross? Let's find out. Yes, he can. Deulofeu's at the back stick, and the referee's given a penalty. Matteo Darmian shoved Deulofeu, and a chance for Ndiaye. Is that Ndiaye taking it? Is that Ndiaye to make it 1-0? Well, I mean, okay, Ndiaye's going to start. Why? Ndiaye, prove me wrong. He's done so. My goodness. Thunderbolt. Right into the roof of the net. 1-0 Hull. Ndiaye took the penalty. I was thinking, who's he going to be? Deulofeu? Borja Baston? Jordan Ibe? Like, who's going to take the penalty? Ndiaye? Has he got good penalty stats? I'm pretty sure I don't have Ndiaye as a penalty kick taker for Hull. I'm almost certain I don't, but I should do. That's a brilliant penalty. Right into the roof of the net. And it's 1-0 Hull. And well done, Alfred. 1-0 to the Tigers. The lead probably won't last long, because that is a theme of this series so far. But it's 1-0. And Ndiaye scored a penalty. How about that? Oh, and Jordy Clasie has gone into Deulofeu, and he's off. Oh my goodness, Southampton have already conceded 1 for a penalty, and now Jordy Clasie is off for a straight red card as well. And if we don't go on to win this game now, I will be livid. They're down to 10 men. We're up by a goal going into the break. Perfect first half. Right, let's take a look at Ndiaye's penalty taking attribute. It's 14. It's 4. How have I not noticed that before? It's 14. Is he in our penalty list? He's not. I've not got anyone in there. I thought I assigned this, but I didn't. And there's a reason he took it, because he's the best on the pitch right now. How did I not notice that? Well, it doesn't matter. I didn't sign him for his penalty attribute, but either way, it's 1-0. I was taken by surprise there, but I guess I shouldn't have been. Anyway, 1-0 Hull. I won't say anything at the break, because that normally is a jinx for me. And we should go into the second half. And hopefully we'll score a couple more goals as we lead by 1 and had the man advantage. Perfect first 45 minutes. And so there's been nothing to report in the second half, but that's okay for me. Hull City 1, Southampton 0 will be the final score. I'll tell you this right now. I am so impressed with how many clean sheets we picked up this season. It's not like an astronomical number, but last season we were so poor defensively. My defense was terrible. I've barely improved it, yet we've been much better at the back this year somehow. I guess it's because the backline we've got is really, really young, as is the goalkeeper, and for our experience, they're becoming better players. So final score 1-0. I'm going to passionately say, people have written us off today and you proved them all wrong. Well done on a great result. Everyone is happy. That's what I want to see. Smiles all round in the dressing room, and we leave going I was going to say going into 13th place. We're still in 14th place, but I'm okay with that, because right now we are going to end the season without a poor run of form where we failed to get any wins. We've got that win, and yeah, so I'm delighted with that, and we've one game to go. We can finish as high as 13th or drop as low as 15th, and that means that regardless of what happens, we make progression from last season in league position and points picked up as well. Fantastic second half of the season. Now let's relegate West Ham. Should say the main reason I want West Ham to go down is because when you look at Bournemouth's team, there are some all right players there, and if Bournemouth do go down, it's safe to say that this is going to be one target for me, Callum Clutch Wilson, despite the expensive contract. But West Ham have a lot better players in their team, so of course I would much rather the Hammers go down so I can steal a couple of these players for next year. And if Fauquier leaves, I wouldn't mind Carl Jenkinson to replace him. Aaron Creswell as well, possibly if Robertson goes too. So yeah, the reason I want West Ham to go down mainly is because they've got better players than Bournemouth, so we can poach them away when they drop to the Championship. Alright then guys, so moving into the second and final game of today's episode as we play West Ham. Bournemouth, by the way, playing host to Manchester United. And I think West Ham probably will survive on the final day despite entering in 18th place. I actually don't think we're going to beat them on the final day. We're effectively on holiday. I think West Ham will get at least a point, and I can't see Bournemouth beating United, who are going for the Premier League. So yeah, I think West Ham probably will stay up. But again, to be fair, I wouldn't mind Bournemouth going down, because I really would like to try and sign Callum Wilson again, because he always scores for me in FM and FIFA. But I guess we'll have to wait and see anyway. But we take on West Ham. Again, not really bothered what happens, because we've already secured safety and the highest finish so far of the series, and we're going to stick with the same first 11 and bench for the game, apart from one change due to injury. So Raj starts in goal, back four of Timon, Carter, Vickers, Maguire and Fulquier. In midfield, and Dye, Mason and Henriksen make up our CM/DM trio. Delafeu's on the left wing, Ibers on the right, and Borja Baston is our lone striker. On the bench, Will Mannion, a young goalkeeper coming for Connor Ripley. By the way, Will Mannion, a player who was of course here when I took over, very decent, young, talented goalkeeper, and someone to definitely look out for in the future as a potential rival for Raj's number 95 jersey. But I think Raj has definitely got it locked up, really. Davies is on the bench as well, though, as is Robertson, Adam Dos Santos Hernandez, and Seferovic, which means that Michael Dawson, club captain, won't even get a send-off here at the KCOM Stadium. We don't want him anymore. So here we go. West Ham is the second and final game today. Not really fussed what happens, but let's find out if we can win. Come on, Hull City. Again, I'm not really that bothered, though. I'm not really that bothered. I would like West Ham to go down because they have got better players to poach away. But, again, if Bournemouth go down, put it this way, if Bournemouth do go down today, apart from West Ham, I guarantee that in the next episode, when I do my 30-minute transfer special, the first signing I'll show you will be Callum Wilson. I guarantee it. So first highlight, and it comes to West Ham as they've hit the post through Koyate, heading Creswell's corner onto the woodwork. Right now, they're doing enough to stay up as Bournemouth are trailing at home to United, as they almost went in front there to all but guarantee it, you'd think. But it's still 0-0, and there's still time for one of us to go in front, but I think it might finish goalless. Oh, and that is not the way we wanted to end the season. Jordan Ive is going to be taken off through injury. So what we should do is bring on Andrew Robertson and play him on the left-hand side of midfield and Delafeu on the right. In fact, I'm going to play an asymmetrical formation here. I've Delafeu pushed up a little bit and Robertson to sit back instead in that left midfield role. And still 0-0. I think the game's going to change. Oh, Bournemouth have scored. Max Gradel has scored a late equaliser. And they've gone in front. Bournemouth have gone in front. We're holding West Ham. Oh, my goodness. Bournemouth have gone in front against United on the final day. We've held West Ham. And that means West Ham are relegated. Bournemouth came from behind to win the game and relegate West Ham. Don't sound too happy, JC. And West Ham go down and Bournemouth stay up. So I'll motivate the boys on the final day for not getting the win. West Ham are relegated. I can't believe Bournemouth won. More to the point, I can't believe United won the title because Chelsea lost 4-0 at Anfield. And Arsenal lost 2-1 at home to Watford. This is the most bizarre final day I think I've ever seen. And we weren't even involved in it, really. I mean, we were because we played the team in 18th place, you moron. But either way, 0-0 to 4. That's crazy. What on earth happened between the top three teams in the table? But anyway, Jordan Ives out for 4 weeks with a sprained ankle, but that's okay because we have already finished the season. We received £13 million finishing in 14th place, our highest finish so far since I've been in charge, and that means the final Premier League table ends up looking like this. Manchester United, despite losing to Bournemouth and capitulating on the final day, still win the title with 83 points. Chelsea in second, Arsenal in third, and Spurs in fourth. Liverpool's 4-0 win in the end was in vain as they finished in 5th place and City finished in 6th. And the teams that were relegated were Claude Makelele's Burnley, bottom with only 7 wins in 38 and 25 points. Brighton, who finished in 19th place, and West Ham, who we drew 0-0 with, finishing in 18th as Bournemouth survive on the final day. So that is the end of season 2 then, and I must say, what a fantastic season. I mean, I'm saying that we dropped from 11th and we never got higher than that for the majority of the season, but regardless, still a good season, you know, still a good season for us, finishing in 14th place, our highest finish so far, our highest points tally so far, best record for not conceding goals this season with just 50 conceded. We did end up with the joint second lowest goals scored record with only 35, which is quite surprising to be fair. However, I don't really care too much. We sorted out our defensive problems and had a higher league finish as well. And yeah, very successful second season then, and I'm delighted with how this one went. And so what I'm going to do is show you the final stats of the players, the final attributes of the players, if you will. And as we have a record high for Hull, finishing in 14th place. What a great season for us. And I'll also show the end of the season awards as well. Hernandez was player of the season, which was actually quite surprising, to be fair, as he only scored 9 goals this season, a lot fewer than last year. But he's won it back-to-back, that's fair enough. Henrik's won goal of the season. Carter Vickers was the signing of the season. The panic buy ended up being the signing of the season. That tells you all you need to know. And young player of the season was young Josh Tymon, who, by the way, is wanted by Manchester City now. But believe me, this kid is going absolutely nowhere. And yeah, few would have tipped Hull to have been capable of avoiding relegation heading into the season, but the Tigers confounded every expectation by achieving a solid mid-table finish. And despite the fact that in our competitions we failed in both of our cups, embarrassingly so, against Carlisle and Gillingham in the FA Cup and EFL Cup respectively, my most important aim was keeping Hull in the Premier League, and we did that, and then some. So I'll hold a team meeting, and I shall say, it's been a long season. Hope you've had a good break. You're going to need it. What am I saying? The season's finished now. It's time to focus on what we can achieve going forward. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this here. I think we can achieve a mid-table finish next year, and you need to come back for pre-season with the same level of ambition, and everyone's happy. Everyone is happy, and that's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I'll show you the initial budgets and the final attributes of the players, and we will leave it there. And I've also managed to convince the chairman to improve our youth facilities and our training facilities as well. And our budgets going into the new season are lower than last year, which is a bit disappointing. But to be fair, I did splash an awful lot of cash moving into season 2. But it's only 9 million fewer than last year, and we've got £36 million to play with in the summer transfer window, which I'm totally fine with. I don't mind that at all, and I'm sure we can sign a couple of decent players with 36 million, but hopefully not a new record striker that only scored 4 goals last season in the top flight. But that will end today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do consider leaving a like. What a fantastic season 2, Charlie Adam. What a great little pickup he was. That will end today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. No, blah, shut up. That will end today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy today's episode, then please do consider leaving a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated, and they really help the channel out as well. Much love to you all. Hope you've had a fantastic week. I hope you're very pleased with our fantastic second season with Hull City, as we continue to improve as a club, and I seem to be improving a bit as a manager as well, which is very, very good indeed. And we shall return on Sunday morning with a brand new season. I love how quickly you can get through seasons in the FM world. And yeah, we shall return on Sunday morning with a brand new season. Season 3 begins, and hopefully we'll make some more signings, some good ones as well, and have a very successful third season, just like season 2. So look out for the transfer special on about 10 AM to 11 AM UK time on Sunday morning. And yeah, thanks for watching. Much love. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you for the start of the new season on Sunday morning.